Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Jessica, and welcome back to another sacred episode of Awaken Your Authentic Self, the space where we journey inward, we remember who we truly are, and we honor our soul's truth. Today's episode is one I've been wanting to explore for myself for a long time. It's called Past Lives and How They Shape Your Healing in the Now. And let me tell you, this one is potent. We are going to dive deep into the mystery, the beauty, and the soul's truth that past life awareness can awaken within us. If you've ever wondered why certain people feel so familiar, why you have an unexplainable fear or trauma with no memory attached, or why you're drawn to specific time periods, cultures, or roles, this episode's for you. Because here's the truth. Our souls are eternal, and while we may not consciously remember each incarnation we've experienced, the echoes of those lives are living within us, right now, in this body, in this breath. Today, we're going to explore what past lives are, how they are imprinted within us, and most importantly, how uncovering them can support your healing journey in this lifetime. So, settle in, get cozy, make a cup of tea if you can, and let's begin this sacred exploration together. Let's start with the foundation. What exactly are past lives? Past lives refer to the belief that your soul has lived before in other bodies, in other timelines, other cultures, other genders, possibly even other species or star systems. It's based on the understanding that we are not just this one human experience. We are multidimensional, eternal souls having many incarnations to grow, evolve, and return to love. Now, whether you lean more into Vedic teachings, Egyptian mystery schools, theosophy, indigenous wisdom, or even modern hypnosis work, most spiritual traditions speak of soul reincarnation in some way. Think about that for a moment. Your soul has lived through revolutions, golden eras, ages, right? Persecution, royal courts, sacred temples, maybe even lifetimes where you were the healer, the mystic, or the one who was silenced for your gifts. All of those experiences get stored not just in your energetic field, but also in your cellular memory, in your subconscious, and in what some call the Akashic Record, the divine database of all your soul's lifetimes. So, how do we know if a past life is influencing us now? Let me walk you through some of the most common signs. Reoccurring fears or phobias with no known cause. If you have a fear of water, fire, heights, being trapped, public speaking, often these link back to past life trauma or deaths. Instant soul recognition. Have you ever met someone and it's like you have known them forever? That could be a soul contract from a previous lifetime being reactivated. Unexplained aches, having illnesses or birthmarks. Sometimes the body carries memories from previous wounds or deaths that manifest in this life in that way. Having unusual fascinations. Do you have like an obsession with ancient Egypt, Atlantis, the Celts, or a certain century? My obsession personally has always been Italy and Rome in particular. I really want to look further into that for myself. That obsession may not be random. It could be a soul memory. Having deep emotional reactions to certain places or people. Have you ever visited a place and felt an overwhelming wave of emotion? That may be past life energy surfacing. And of course, unfinished business. Relationships that keep cycling, dynamics that feel unresolved, or repetitive life patterns could be echoing past soul contracts. I know I came back with this one and so happy that I figured it out and resolved it. It may have taken me 58 years, but whatever, right? The important thing is that I learned, and the patterns, they shifted. Each of these signs is like a little soul breadcrumb guiding you back to what your soul wants to remember, and more importantly, what it wants to heal. This is where it gets really interesting. You see, past lives aren't just interesting stories. They are the blueprints for your healing journey in the now. Let's say a past life, right? In a past life, you were a healer who was burned or banished for speaking truth. In this life, you might fear being seen. You may struggle with imposter syndrome. You may silence your gifts to stay safe. Or maybe you took vows of poverty in a religious life. So now you subconsciously repel money because wealth feels wrong, even if it's part of your purpose. By uncovering these past life patterns, you are not just understanding yourself, you are freeing yourself. You are pulling the energetic roots right up from the soil. Because when you heal a wound at the soul level, it stops repeating. You now become sovereign, and your energy stops vibrating to the frequency of fear or repression. And instead, it starts aligning to your authentic, empowered self. This is why past life healing is so powerful. It goes beyond the mind and into the soul's own evolution. So now that we understand how past lives can influence our healing in the present, let's explore the ways that we can actually access these past life memories. Because the truth is, even if your conscious mind doesn't remember, your soul always does. And that means the memories, the lessons, the contracts, and even the unresolved pain, they are all still encoded in your energetic body, just waiting to be lovingly brought back into the light. So let's begin with what I believe is one of the most sacred and powerful tools for past life work, the Akashic Records, the library of the soul. The Akashic Records are often described as a cosmic library or etheric database that contains the energetic imprint of every thought, word, emotion, action, and experience your soul has ever had across all lifetimes, all dimensions, and timelines. Think of it like this. If your soul is the traveler, then the Akashic Records are the journal it's been writing in for eternity. Accessing your records is not just about reading information, it's about receiving vibrational wisdom. You don't just learn from the records, you feel them. You remember. You awaken parts of yourself that were hidden beneath the veil. What can you discover in the records? Wow. Who you were in previous lives and what roles you played. Patterns or contracts that are still influencing your present lifetime. Soul gifts that are ready to be reawakened. Unfinished karmic loops or vows that need releasing. Soulmate and soul family connections, and very important, guidance on your current life path and dharma. The records never reveal anything that your soul isn't ready for, and they always speak through the frequency of unconditional love and divine neutrality. That means there's no judgment, only clarity and insight. So how do we access the Akashic Records? There are a few ways, and I want to walk you through each. First is working with a trained Akashic reader. This is a beautiful path when you're first beginning. A gifted reader, someone who is truly heart-led and well-trained, can help you open your records and share the messages that come through. If you do decide to go this route, make sure to look for someone who works from a grounded, loving space, not fear-based, honors your sovereignty, and never tells you what to do, only reflects what's revealed, and leaves you feeling more empowered, not confused or dependent. A good reader, they don't just share past life stories, they help you connect the soul's threads that link your past with your present healing path. You can also try using a prayer of entry. This is like a DIY access. You can learn to access your own records by using a sacred prayer. Here is a sample of a prayer that can be used. Beloved guides, guardians, ancestors, and keepers of the Akashic Records, I come before you with humility and reverence, ready to remember the truths written on the scrolls of my soul. I ask that the light of divine truth surround me, protect me, and illuminate only that which serves my highest healing and remembrance now. May I be shown the lives that most impact my current path, the patterns I'm ready to release, the wisdom I'm ready to reclaim. I surrender my mind to the knowing of my soul. I welcome only that which aligns with love, with grace, and with my sacred sovereignty. Let all that is revealed be received through the lens of compassion, and let all that no longer serves be transmuted through the light of Source. I thank my guides, my higher self, and the divine for walking with me now, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Or you can even create your own invocation that calls in divine guidance, safety, and clarity. When doing this, the key is to find a quiet space, set a clear intention, enter a meditative, heart-centered state, speak the prayer slowly and reverently, and ask open-ended questions like, what past life is influencing this fear? What soul lesson am I completing now? What am I ready to release that is not mine? Then listen, feel, allow. You may receive images, words, emotions, or simply a deep inner knowing. Trust it. Guided meditation, a third way is guided meditations to access the records. There are many powerful guided journeys available, some with music, others with like voice guidance, and you can find them easily in places like YouTube. They can walk you through the process of entering the records. When you listen to guided meditation with the intention of accessing your soul memory, it becomes a direct line of communication with your higher self. The second way to access the Akashic Records is through past life regression therapy, hypnotherapy. Past life regression is a powerful therapeutic technique where a practitioner gently guides you into a deep meditation or hypnotic state, often called the theta brainwave state. In this space, your conscious mind quiets and the subconscious mind, where all of your soul memories are stored, now become accessible. In this state, you may see vivid past life scenes unfold like a movie, feel the emotions of that lifetime, identify key relationships that exist in both lifetimes, remember how you died or what unresolved lessons remained, or even receive messages from your past life self. What's so healing about this technique is that your body and emotions remember just as much, if not more than your thoughts. A session can help you to connect the dots between an old life and a current block. And often just remembering the root of the trauma is enough to dissolve it. Very important note, always seek a qualified trauma-informed regression therapist who holds a safe, sacred, and non-judgmental space for this type of work. The third way that we'll talk about is through meditation and dream work. Sometimes the most powerful insights come not from formal sessions, but in dreams and stillness. The soul speaks when we're quiet. Some signs that past life memories are coming through in dreams. You could experience reoccurring dreams in certain time periods, being in a different body or gender in the dream, speaking a different language that you've never learned. That happened to me. I thought that was very interesting. but I couldn't wake up. When I woke up, I couldn't remember what language it was enough to even think about it or Google it. Feeling deep, unexplained emotions upon waking up, or visiting landscapes or temples that just seem strangely familiar. You can ask your higher self before bed to show you a past life connected to a current challenge. Just say, tonight, I invite my soul to reveal a past life that can support my healing now. Let it come in a way that is gentle, safe, and loving. Then, keep a journal beside your bed. Even if it's a few images or feelings, write them all down. Over time, patterns do emerge. Meditation works in very much the same way. When your mind is quiet, past life images may bubble up like memories you didn't even know that you had. Trust them. You are not making them up. Your soul is showing you what it is that you're ready to reveal. A fourth way is channeling, intuitive writing, and like soul retrieval. But let's talk about my favorite way, one of my favorite tools, automatic writing, also known as soul journaling or channeling. This is where you sit in silence, you center your energy, and set a clear intention. For example, I want to understand the root of my fear of abandonment. And then you just write. You allow the pen to flow without judging or filtering. At first, it may feel very awkward or like you're just kind of making it up. But as you continue, something shifts and the message starts to sound like someone else is speaking through you. That is your soul. That is your past self. That is your higher consciousness communicating directly to you. This practice is especially helpful for people like me when you feel stuck, but you can't access imagery. You're more verbal or intuitive than visual. You're processing a deep emotional wound and want to understand the root. Doing this, you may uncover past vows, decisions, or pain that kept you trapped for lifetimes. Once revealed, you can then release them and reprogram them. Lastly is working with intuitive healers and in energy workers. There are very deeply intuitive practitioners who can sense and read your past lives through your energy field, often using tools like Reiki, craniosacral therapy, soul retrieval, using oracle or tarot cards, energy channeling, or a starseed origin reading. Some may pick up imagery or messages from your guides. Others may feel past wounds in the body that correlate with past life deaths or traumas. The key is to trust your own discernment. Your soul knows who is right for you. When you are working with anyone for past life support, tune in to how your body feels when you hear their voice or read their words. Do you feel expansive, safe, curious? That's a yes. Do you feel tense, confused, or disempowered? That is a no. This is sacred work. You are not broken or in need of saving. You're simply remembering. And that should always feel empowering and never disorienting. So, okay, let's recap the many ways you can explore your past lives. One is through Akashic Records, right? The soul's master library, past life regression, guided journeys into specific incarnations, meditation and dreams, gentle subconscious soul messages, automatic writing and channeling, raw truth flowing through your pen, healers, intuitives, and readers, reflections from trusted soul mirrors. There is no right way. Trust and choose the path that resonates with where you are right now. Trust you. And remember, you don't need to recover every detail of every lifetime. Just one thread, one memory, one truth can unlock lifetimes of healing. Okay, so how do you know what needs to be healed? This is the heart of it, right? And all this work. What do I do with all this information? Here's the beautiful part. Your life is already showing you what needs to be healed. And here's how to identify it. By patterns that keep repeating, relationships, financial blocks, cycles of abandonment, fear of expression. Track the thread back. There's a past life root, find it. Core wounds. Ask yourself, what is the deepest wound I carry? Where do I still feel unworthy, afraid, small, or stuck? Resistance around your purpose. If you are avoiding your soul's work, there may be a fear from a past life where your gifts cost you your life or safety. 4 is soul contracts. Sometimes we carry contracts of martyrdom, punishment, or servitude. These need to be consciously dissolved. When these things show up in our current life, it is the soul's way of saying, I am ready. I'm ready to be free. Now, let's walk through some practical steps you can take starting today. Step 1 is set the intention. Begin by saying, I'm ready to receiving the wisdom of my past lives for my healing now. Step 2 is work with the body. Pay attention to somatic cues. Where do you carry tension, fear, or pain? The body often holds memory even when the mind does not. Step 3 is journal your soul history. Ask, where have I lived before? What gifts am I reclaiming? What contracts am I releasing? Let the pen guide you. Step 4 is call in support. Work with a past life healer, Akashic reader, or intuitive guide. Make sure that they feel safe and grounded in light. Step 5, forgive and release. You do not need to fix the past. You just need to forgive what was, reclaim what was lost, and bless the journey. Step 6 is reclaim your power. Once you've uncovered the story, your story, integrate it. Say affirmations like, I am safe to be seen. I reclaim my gifts. I am no longer bound by old lifetimes. This is sacred soul work, and you are more than ready for this. Take a deep breath with me now, please, beloved. If you can, place a hand on your heart and one on your womb or solar plexus. That's right above your belly button. And repeat after me. I am the sum of all my lifetimes, and I honor every version of me. I choose to heal in this lifetime with grace and ease. The past does not define me. It empowers me. I call all parts of my soul back home to me now. Know this, you are not broken. You are a multi-dimensional soul waking up to the truth that healing is not linear. It is spiral, sacred, and deeply encoded within your soul's timeline. You don't need to rush. You don't need to know every life. You just need to follow what's showing up now and allow your soul to guide you home. Thank you so much for journeying with me today in this beautiful episode. If you felt called by this message, please share it, leave a review, and send it to a soul sister or brother who's ready to remember. And if you're craving deeper support, stay tuned. Oh my God, it's coming. The High Priestess Energy Portal is opening so very soon. And with weekly energy readings, celestial updates, and spiritual activations designed to deepen your inner awakening and help you along your healing path. Please be sure to join me next week with my guest. I'm going to have a guest interview. My guest will be Deborah Weed, creator of the Quills Up Movement, founder of the Self-Worth Initiative, and creator of Paisley the Musical. Until then, remember, You are sacred. You are seen. You are eternal. And now it's safe to heal, not just for yourself, but for every lifetime your soul has ever touched. With all my love, this is Jessica, and I'll see you next week.